Welcome back to the channel Valuable Coins HD, where we dive into the fascinating world of rare and valuable coins. Today we're exploring an American classic that has captured the hearts of collectors for decades, the Washington quarter. 1776 to 1976 mint mark, a coin that celebrates 200 years of independence and the legacy of the first president of the United States. This coin is more than just currency, it is a piece of history, a work of art, and a potential treasure, and by the end of this video, you'll understand why a single one of these coins can be worth an incredible $196,900. The Washington quarter itself has been an iconic coin since its introduction in 1932, minted to honor George Washington on the 200th anniversary of his birth. But the 1776 to 1976 edition is particularly special because it commemorates the bicentennial of the United States, a momentous occasion that marked 2 centuries since the signing of the Declaration of Independence. This bicentennial coin was issued in both copper-nickel clad and silver versions, and collectors quickly realized that certain mint marks and high-quality examples could become highly valuable over time. The history behind the 1776 to 1976 Washington quarter is fascinating. This coin was part of a broader celebration across the United States, with Americans marking the bicentennial with parades, stamps, and of course, commemorative coins, the Washington quarter. Bicentennial edition was minted in 1975 and 1976 and featured a reverse design unlike any other in the series, while the obverse retained the familiar portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. The reverse, designed by the talented sculptor Jack L. Ahr, depicted a colonial drummer boy alongside a victory torch encircled by 13 stars, representing the original 13 colonies. The imagery is powerful, patriotic, and intricately detailed, making this coin not just a piece of currency but a work of art that symbolizes American independence and resilience. Collectors are particularly drawn to this coin for several reasons. Rarity, condition, and mint mark all play a huge role in determining its value. While millions of these coins were minted for circulation, the ones that survive in pristine, uncirculated condition are relatively rare. Over time, many were used in everyday transactions, handled by countless people, and exposed to wear and tear. Coins that have remained in mint state, free from scratches, discoloration, or imperfections, are highly prized, and those struck in silver or included in proof sets often fetch even higher prices due to their superior quality and limited production. The appeal of the 1776 to 1976 Washington quarter extends beyond just rarity and design. It represents a connection to American history and heritage. Holding one of these coins is like holding a piece of the nation's story in your hands, from the founding fathers to the modern collector. This coin embodies patriotism, artistry, and historical significance. Collectors often seek coins with specific mint marks from Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco because some of these are significantly rarer than others, and those with a San Francisco proof mark in particular are among the most coveted. Coins in flawless condition from this mint are true treasures that stand out in any collection. In addition to rarity and mint mark, some 1776 to 1976 Washington quarters feature subtle variations or minting errors that make them even more desirable. These might include doubling in the design, unusual die cracks, or differences in metal composition. Error coins are one-of-a-kind pieces that often command much higher prices than their standard counterparts. Collectors love these unique examples because they tell a story, showcase the intricacies of the minting process, and provide a tangible connection to the artistry and history behind the coin. Hunting for these rare variations adds excitement and intrigue to the world of coin collecting. The Washington quarter 1776 to 1976 mint mark coin also appeals to collectors because it bridges history and modern numismatics. It is a coin that honors the nation's founding, celebrates a key milestone, and remains highly relevant to collectors today. It is not just currency, it is a collectible, a centerpiece for display, and an investment that can appreciate in value over time. Whether you are a seasoned collector or just beginning your numismatic journey, this coin is a must-see, a coin that embodies the essence of American pride, historical significance, and enduring rarity. Now, the moment that collectors and enthusiasts have been waiting for, the value reveal. If you are fortunate enough to have a Washington quarter 1776 to 1976 mint mark in uncirculated condition, particularly a silver version or one with a rare minting characteristic, this remarkable coin could be worth an incredible $1. $196,900. Yes, $196,900 for a single Washington quarter, a coin that celebrates 200 years of American independence, a coin that carries history, artistry, and rarity in every detail. So if you have an old coin collection, inherited coins, or come across one of these rare treasures, it is absolutely worth examining carefully, considering its condition, and recognizing its value, because it is not just a coin. It is a piece of American heritage, a potential fortune, and a prized collectible for any serious numismatist. Today, we are diving deep into a coin that has fascinated collectors for decades, the Washington Quarter $1965 mint mark, a coin that represents a turning point in American coinage history and holds incredible value for those who understand its significance. This is not just a coin you find in your pocket change, it is a piece of history, a work of art, and a potential treasure. And by the end of this video, you will see why a single one of these coins can be worth an astonishing $196,900. The Washington Quarter has been an iconic coin since its introduction in 1932, originally minted to honor George Washington on the 200th anniversary of his birth, but the 1965 mint mark edition is particularly special for collectors because it marks the first year the United States transitioned to a copper-nickel-clad composition, ending the era of 90% silver quarters in circulation. This change was significant at the time because it reflected the rising cost of silver and the need for more durable, cost-effective coins for everyday use, yet certain mint marks and high-quality examples from this year are extremely rare and highly sought after, making the 1965 Washington Quarter a true gem for serious collectors. The history behind the 1965 Washington Quarter is fascinating. This was a period of change in the United States, with the nation experiencing economic growth, social transformation, and advancements in technology. Coins minted during this era carry a unique story, representing both continuity and change in American coinage. The mint mark on a coin indicates the exact location where it was produced, and coins from certain mints in 1965 are far rarer than others, especially those that were part of early production runs or preserved in uncirculated condition. A coin with a mint mark from this pivotal year is a tangible link to history, bridging the era of silver quarters with the modern copper-nickel-clad series. The design of the 1965 Washington Quarter is instantly recognizable and has remained largely consistent since its introduction. The obverse features a striking portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan, capturing the first president's dignity, strength, and character. Every detail, from the determined gaze to the sculpted features, reflects careful craftsmanship and artistic precision. Flipping the coin to the reverse, we see an eagle with outstretched wings perched on a bundle of arrows, with an olive branch clutched in its talons, surrounded by the words United States of America and quarter dollar. This imagery embodies the ideals of strength, vigilance, and peace, and it makes the coin not just a piece of currency but a work of art that symbolizes American values and history. Collectors are drawn to the 1965 mint mark Washington Quarter because of its rarity, condition, and historical significance. While millions of coins were produced for circulation, very few have survived in pristine, uncirculated condition. Most were handled daily, stored in pockets, purses, and cash registers, and exposed to wear and tear over decades. Coins that have remained free from scratches, discoloration, or imperfections are incredibly valuable, and those with a distinct mint mark indicating production from Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco are especially prized, with certain marks commanding significantly higher prices due to limited production and collector demand. In addition to rarity and mint mark, some 1965 Washington Quarters exhibit unique variations or minting errors that make them even more desirable. These could include double dies, misaligned strikes, or subtle anomalies in the coin's metal composition. Error coins are highly sought after by collectors because they are one-of-a-kind pieces that stand out from the rest. They tell a story about the minting process and provide a tangible connection to the artistry, skill, and occasional imperfections involved in coin production. Finding one of these error coins is like discovering a hidden treasure, and it can dramatically increase the coin's market value. The appeal of the 1965 mint mark Washington Quarter also lies in its connection to history. This coin represents a moment of transition in American coinage, bridging the era of silver coins with the modern clad series. It reflects changes in society, economics, and minting technology, and it carries a story that resonates with Collectors who value both artistry and historical significance, holding this coin is like holding a piece of the past, a tangible reminder of the nation's evolution and the enduring legacy of one of America's most iconic leaders. It is a collectible, a conversation piece, and an investment that has stood the test of time now, the moment that collectors and enthusiasts have been waiting for, the value reveal. If you are fortunate enough to have a 1965 mint mark Washington quarter in uncirculated condition, or one with a rare variation or minting error, this remarkable coin could be worth an incredible $196,900. Yes, $196,900 for a single 1965 Washington quarter, a coin that represents history, artistry, and rarity. So if you have an old collection, inherited coins, or come across one of these treasures, it is absolutely worth examining carefully, assessing its condition, and appreciating its value. Because it is not just a coin, it is a piece of American heritage, a potential fortune, and a prized collectible for any serious numismatist. Today we are diving deep into a classic piece of American coinage, the Washington quarter dollar 1973 mint mark. A coin that might seem ordinary at first glance but holds incredible value for those who know its significance. This is a coin that has captured the attention of collectors for decades, and by the end of this video you will understand why a single one of these coins can be worth an astonishing $136,500. The Washington quarter has been an iconic coin since its introduction in 1932, originally minted to honor George Washington on the 200th anniversary of his birth. But the 1973 edition holds a special place in numismatic history because it was part of the ongoing production of the Washington Quarter series during a time of significant change in the United States Mint. 1973 was a period where coin production had become highly efficient, yet certain mint marks and high-quality examples from this year are surprisingly rare, making this coin highly desirable for collectors. The history behind the 1973 Washington quarter is fascinating. This coin was minted during a time of economic growth and social change in the United States. It reflects the era's advancements in minting technology and the continuing legacy of one of America's most revered presidents. Coins from this year carry with them a sense of history and craftsmanship that appeals to both collectors and investors. The mint mark on a coin indicates where it was produced, whether Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco, and coins from certain mints can be far rarer than others, making them especially valuable in the collector market. The design of the Washington quarter has remained largely consistent since its introduction, which adds to the appeal of the 1973 mint mark edition. The obverse features the familiar portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan, capturing the first president's strength, dignity, and character. Every detail of the portrait, from the expression in Washington's eyes to the contours of his face, reflects careful craftsmanship and artistic precision. Flipping the coin to the reverse, we see the heraldic eagle with outstretched wings perched on a bundle of arrows, clutching an olive branch, symbolizing both the nation's readiness for defense and its commitment to peace. The design is intricate, balanced, and symbolic, making this coin not just currency but a piece of art that represents American values and history. Collectors are particularly drawn to the 1973 Washington Quarter Mint Mark edition because of its rarity, condition, and historical significance. While millions of these coins were produced for circulation, very few have survived in pristine, uncirculated condition. Most were handled daily, kept in wallets, purses, or cash registers, and naturally experienced wear over time. Coins that have remained free from scratches, discoloration, or other imperfections are highly prized, and those with specific mint marks, especially from the San Francisco Mint, are particularly sought after because of their limited production and collector demand. In addition to rarity and mint mark, some 1973 Washington quarters exhibit subtle variations or minting errors that make them even more desirable. These could include misaligned dies, doubled designs, or slight inconsistencies in the metal composition. Error coins are one-of-a-kind pieces that attract the attention of collectors because they stand out from standard coins and tell a unique story about the minting process. Finding one of these rare variations can dramatically increase a coin's value, and the excitement of discovering one makes coin collecting such a thrilling hobby. The appeal of the 1973 mint mark Washington quarter also lies in its connection to American history. It represents continuity, craftsmanship, and the enduring legacy of George Washington. It is a tangible link to the past and a reminder of the artistry and precision Involved in coin production, owning this coin is like holding a small piece of history in your hands. It is not just a coin, it is a collectible, a centerpiece for a display, and a potential investment. Collectors often seek these coins to complete sets, showcase in cases, or preserve as part of a long-term collection, because the demand for high-quality, well-preserved coins continues to grow over time now. The moment that coin enthusiasts and collectors have been waiting for, the value reveal. If you are fortunate enough to have a 1973 mint Mark Washington quarter in uncirculated condition, or one with a rare variation or minting error, this remarkable coin could be worth an incredible $136,500. Yes, $136,500 for a single Washington quarter from 1973, a coin that embodies history, artistry, and rarity. So if you happen to have an old collection, inherited coins, or come across one of these treasures, it is absolutely worth examining carefully, assessing its condition, and appreciating its value, because it is not just a coin, it is a piece of American heritage, a potential fortune, and a prized collectible for any serious numismatist. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into one of the most fascinating and valuable coins in American history. If you enjoyed this exploration into rarity, history, and value, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss our upcoming videos exploring rare and collectible coins from the United States and beyond. Every coin has a story, every coin has hidden value, and the next treasure you discover could transform your collection and your life. Happy collecting, and we will see you in the next video.